I still remember the scream, that loud, sharp scream that came from inside the forest. It wasn't an animal, it wasn't human either. It sounded like something you hear once and never forget. That was the night we all thought Prince Juwon was gone for good. Let me tell you how it started. Prince Juwon was not like other princes. He didn't walk around with pride or act like he was better than anyone. He greeted everyone, even the smallest children. He helped old men carry firewood and sat with farmers to eat roasted yam. Many people in the village loved him, but the elders always said he was too soft to be king one day. Then, one early morning, news broke that the king's golden staff was missing. That staff was not just a stick, it was the symbol of power. The elders said it had been stolen by the spirits of the deep forest, where no one dared to enter. The king was very sick by then, lying on his bed and unable to speak. Without the staff, no one could be crowned king, and the kingdom would fall into confusion. Many warriors were called, strong men, brave hunters, even some spiritual men. But none of them agreed to go into that forest. They were all afraid. That same evening, while the elders were arguing in the palace yard, Prince Juwon stepped forward and said, "I will go." People laughed. Some looked away. A few begged him not to go. But he didn't change his mind. The next morning, he entered the forest alone, wearing only simple clothes and holding a small knife. I was there. I saw him disappear into the thick trees. The first 3 days we waited. Nothing. No sound. No news. The fourth day we heard a cry from the forest, deep and painful. That scream I told you about earlier. The villagers said, "It is finished. The forest has eaten him." But on the sixth day, something strange happened. A small boy from the next village came running into our village, holding a piece of cloth. He said he found it near the forest edge, stuck on a branch. It was the same cloth Prince Juwon wore, and it had blood on it. Everyone started mourning. The queen wept, even the king shed a tear from his bed. But then, on the 10th night, during heavy rain, a knock came at the palace gate. The guards opened the door slowly, and there he was, Prince Juwon, dirty, wet, weak, but alive. And in his hand, he held the golden staff. He didn't say a word. He just knelt down, handed the staff to the chief priest, and fainted. For days, the whole village could not stop talking. Some said he fought wild animals. Others said he saw spirits and walked among the dead. One madman even said he heard the trees whisper his name. When the king died weeks later, something surprising happened. The same elders who once said he was too soft came forward and bowed to him. The people shouted his name. Even his brothers stepped back. They all wanted him to be king. But just before the coronation, something happened that no one expected. Just before the coronation, the sky changed. It wasn't night yet, but the sun disappeared. A strong wind started to blow, so loud it shook the palace roof. People began to panic. The drummers stopped. The dancers froze. Even the animals went quiet. It was as if the whole kingdom was holding its breath. Prince Juwon was already standing in front of the crown, dressed in white, ready to kneel. The chief priest held the golden staff above his head. Then, just as the staff was about to touch Juwon's shoulders, the ground shook. I swear on my father's grave, it shook, not like small thunder. This one cracked the ground right in front of the prince. A thin line split open in the floor, and from that crack, a small dark smoke began to rise. Everyone stepped back. The drummers ran. Even the guards dropped their spears. Then we heard it. A voice, not loud, not angry, just cold. It said, "He took what was not his." People looked at each other. The voice didn't sound like anyone we knew. It wasn't male or female. It was just there, like it came from the wind and the earth at the same time. The chief priest dropped the staff. It hit the floor and made a loud clang. Prince Juwon didn't move. He just stood there, eyes fixed on the smoke. Then slowly, he said, "I gave what was mine." Nobody understood what he meant. Not then. The elders gathered and asked the chief priest what to do, but the chief priest couldn't speak. His mouth just opened and closed like a fish. Then he fainted. Everything stopped after that. The coronation was postponed. The prince was taken back inside. Some villagers said the spirits were angry. Others believed someone had made a dark vow inside the forest. One person even claimed they saw something following Juwon when he came back. Something small and shadowy, walking behind him like a second shadow. For days, Juwon didn't speak to anyone. He stayed alone in his chamber, staring at the golden staff. Then, last night, I saw something that made my heart jump. I was walking past the back of the palace, near the storage hut, when I saw him, Prince Juwon, talking to someone in the dark. At first, I thought it was just a guard, but when I looked closer, I saw he was speaking to nothing, nothing I could see. And when he turned to walk back, I swear, his shadow didn't follow him. That was when I knew something had followed him out of that forest. And now, the elders say the coronation will happen again in 3 days. But if you ask me, I'm not sure we're crowning a king. I think we're waking something else.